Hey guys, Tough Thumbs here. So I'm trying to do this video. My camera is kind of, I don't know, I need a new battery, but I just keep forgetting to get it whenever I go to like Best Buy or something. I'm going to try to fit this all in one video. This is going to be sort of an update video, maybe some ranting and showing off some Tanics that are going out tomorrow. Pretty much all these are going out tomorrow, with the exception of one or two, I'm not sure. And my new model that you guys saw on Instagram. And also I want to say a thing or two about Jim Skelton. Now my main excitement for this video is pretty much Jim's knife. And how much I like it, and what I think about Jim, and just what deserves to be said about Jim. And don't worry, it's not bad. So I'm gonna go through these rather quick, I guess, and then get to the main model. So you guys saw the full Timascus. She's finished. I had to basically, you guys saw that video, which was extremely confusing to all of you, I guess. It's confusing to me too. I mean, all said and done, the knife cost me, somehow I make out with owing $1,000 to somebody. So it was pretty awesome. So it's a Timascus Tanic. It's nice, and to add to the bullshit, right before I was finished with it, I dinged up the Timascus and had to redo the scale here, just re-anodize and polish everything. Just put the edge and the logo tomorrow morning, and then send it out. So she's looking sexy. She works perfectly, and I'm very happy with it, even though I hate it so much. It hurts me. Next up, the Chosen 7x7. Now this one is done for Chosen because Chosen is probably one of the best customers and friends I've ever had in the knife world. He is extremely patient, way too patient, and he basically had sent me probably around 45-50 knives through my pimping career, and basically there was a few that I could never think of something to do with, some that I screwed up. So about 10 or so left over, and so I owed him all this work. And at this point where he is now in his collections, there's no reason for him to ever want something like this, a Smith & Wesson, or another Smith & Wesson, or some busted Benchmades that are crap, and this H&K. I mean, the guys, I was just like, why would I do these now? I mean, it's going to be a waste of material, and he's never going to carry them. I mean, he may pretend he likes them, but, he's just going to bullshit me. So I was like, you know what, dude, how about we scrap these, and I do you a Tanic for no charge extra, and it'll pretty much cover what you owe, because the prices he paid were back when I first started. Like, I mean, these pimp jobs have been here for a couple years now. I've done a ton for him, so it's pretty much, he was very patient about stuff, and it got to the point where his collection far exceeded the value of, or, his taste has grown so much that you can't rightfully really want a Smith & Wesson back and be excited about it. So, and I wasn't willing to go all out and do titanium or frame lock conversion or something, because it's just not worth it. So he accepted this, and I made sure to do something really nice. Now with the Sculpted one, guys, if you're going to get a Sculpted one like this, or engraved or whatever, I'm working on getting a better engraver. I use a Dremel for now. I'm going to be charging a lot more, because the man hours in these are a lot. And this is not very crazy, but this one took me a good 5 or 6 hours. The other one, this one took me like the entire day. We're talking like 9 a.m. till like probably around midnight, 1 o'clock, because I was obsessed with it. So this one, this is what I want to be shooting for. This one's more simple. I wanted something just because I know his taste in knives. He wants something unique, so I've never done this like actual rock pattern, carved rock pattern. But this one's a little bit more. This guy paid a good amount for it. I will charge what this worth. You know what I mean, guys? Because you want to talk, just complete, like, tedious, especially with the wrong tools. So I broke a lot of tools and did this completely wrong. So this one will be going out tomorrow too as well. This guy's a really good dude. Gave him a good price on it. Actually regret giving him the price. Vance told me I charged too little. So, and Jason Stout as well. He said I'm an idiot for that. So this one will go out tomorrow. I was waiting for him to get back from his trip to his family. So dude, yeah, thank you for so much support, dude, over the years. and being a good friend. And I hope you like this. And it is big enough. I made the choil bigger for you. You got the big ass hands, and you get to some pig sticking as soon as you get this. So this one, you guys saw this one. I finally am okay with the hand rub on it, even though I'm still not. I think I'm just obsessing over it. But the thing is freaking smooth. Holy crap! I love it. Another one for refurb. This one is not going out tomorrow. This one just needs to be redone because I brought some area down here. So you see that satin titanium. Just getting that one out of here. This one, I advertised it on Blade HQ as a really hard detent, and I was not kidding. I figured somebody would get it and probably not like the detent. So I weakened the detent a little bit for him. It's nice and easy to flip. No big deal. Detent's still really good. Flips nice. So this one's good. I reground the blade, re-acid washed it. Got to put the logo on it. I just, there's some things that head out of here that I just would have liked to improve on. So most likely if you're sending your knife back for a refurb or like anything's wrong with it or anything like that, I will be like basically doing whatever you want. You can take advantage of me in that situation because I like some things about the original ones I don't really love and I would like to change that are simple to change. Like even just this sharpening notch here. I used to have this little tiny like 1/8 inch notch. I like this nice bigger one. It's a lot easier to sharpen. It kind of goes with the aesthetics a lot better. So yeah, so made the blade thinner. That was a big issue I had with the original Tanics, is the blades were way too thick at the tip. I could get them sharp, but not as sharp as I'd want them. I mean, it's razor sharp here, and then just, a blunt object almost. Well, not that bad. It does cut paper. Not that I could give you evidence of that. Now this one, this guy, I met this guy at Blade last year. This is when I first met Justin Laffer. Became good friends with him. He introduced me to his friend Josh. Really nice guy. The night was a blur. I mean, a lot of stuff going on. I met Chad Nichols. I met like 30 Southards, and it was crazy. So he had contacted me after he saw that Justin got one, and he really liked Justin's. And I said, let's take it a step farther. I can't do Justin's because Justin's blade was like a one-off blade. I make all of these from the Tanic shape, but there was the occasional giant one that was just basically a big square, which I have 5 or so coming of, and basically do whatever I want with them. Whereas these, I have limited to the shape, but I can figure some nice stuff out. I can bring back the stop pin areas so it can sit up a little higher, then I can have more blade on top, or bring more out in the bottom here so it dips into the it dips into the handles a lot nicer, kind of nests in better. So so you can basically, I could bring the stop pin area where it stops a little farther out so it's slightly tilted, so I have more area, so less of a negative angle, which is where it usually is, right around here. So I can bring it up like this and still have room to cut a lock. And I've even been toying with putting it upside down, but as you can see, the lock doesn't quite, because I was like, oh, maybe I'll make some really cool Wharncliffs with them, but I couldn't do it. But also the closed position, that's another thing about the original ones. I had them stopping exactly where I had them, and they were like right here, where I actually had to take some shaved off of the top there. So you have a lot of blade, a lot of area you can dip in here. So yeah. So basically that's why I didn't do that one. That was a rant of stupidity. But this one, he said he wanted kind of like birch, Southern style holes, and he wanted his blade. I couldn't do it, so I was like, I'll do something that you'll like, I promise. So I'm very happy with this one, because this is really, I fucking love this one. When I was working, I was like, yeah, it's just going to be a regular Tanic, but the Harpoon is really big and accentuated, and it just fits nice right here. Got a small choil. These choils are more like this, like the tip of your finger, not like a full-on grip like that. I mean, you can just get a nice grip like this, because there's not a lot of blade on this one if you take it any farther, so I didn't want to lose out on any of the blade there. So this one, I put the holes here, kind of like birch, Southern style, with the little counterboard area. These are difficult to do. I mean, the spacing them with the angle of the Tanic, it's kind of difficult. So that, and a nice stone wash all over, bronze backspacer with a little camel toe, some jimping, sculpted clip. Nice clip. I like this one a lot. The action is nice and smooth. Really soft detent, but extremely strong at the same time. I barely touch it, and it almost opens all the way. I have my finger on the lock there. Yeah, your finger off the lock. But I mean, it fires nicely and won't hurt your finger or anything. But I love this one. Love it, love it. Okay, so I'll talk about Jim's knife. So now Jim, I don't remember exactly how I met Jim, but I know he called. Oh yeah, I met him through another person, and I joined a chat. And basically got a hold of him, and he wanted some pimp jobs or something like that. I can't even remember to tell you the truth. But I ended up on the phone with him somehow, and we had a long conversation a few times. And yeah, he seemed pretty open to me, and like he seemed to understand me, and I seemed to understand him. He's been through situations that I've been through and am going through, so he helped me through those. You know what I mean? And he's always been a good friend, and you know, he always, you know, lifts me up if I'm like pissed off or something. He sends me a picture of, you know, his stupid ass face, or you know, he's just always just very supportive, and I really appreciate that. And a lot of people ask me about Jim, phone conversations and whatnot, and they're always expecting, you know, he's a TV personality and salesman, so it might be a sleazy guy or something. No offense, Jim. No offense at all. No joking. I'm just saying. Usually that persona kind of has negativity attached to it, and even I was expecting Jim to maybe be somewhat of a dick or something at some point, but no. He stays true to his word, and he's very patient, very cool about everything. I'd heard stories about things he's done, and I know he's apologized for things, but yeah, he's new to the knife community somewhat. But you know, people make mistakes, but Jim has, to me, always been a great friend. And I even was messing with him today, and I was actually curious. I told him that someone offered me $3,000 for his knife, and I had to sell it. I was like, I'll give you, you know, I owe Jim. This knife was done for Jim, and some of you might be saying, well, he's already got two, and I don't have one. Yeah, well, Jim paid for two. Early on, he helped me out in a really weird situation. And I owed him, and I wanted to do something nice for him, and he deserves it. He really does deserve it. So this one was made with a lot of love and friendship. Not to sound like a homo, but it's true. He's a good dude, and just makes me feel good to do stuff for him, even though his knives are always a pain in the ass and cursed for some reason. He'll attest to that. But where was I? I was talking about something. So yeah, I told him someone offered me $3,000. Can I give you $800? And you know, maybe I'll make you another one down the road because I really need the money. And this was all I was just messing with him. At the same time, I was really curious to see what he said because I had some friends who'd kind of turned their back on me recently. So I was curious, and you know, he was on the air or whatever, and texted me back that like, you know, I'd love to have the knife more than money, but you know, your friendship means more to me than that, and I you know, I don't want to. Pretty much don't want to cheat, you know, don't want you to be struggling, so if you need to do it, do it. You know, we're cool. Your friendship means more to me than a knife. And that is, like, the best answer ever. And, yeah, Jim, I really appreciate that, dude. I'm sorry to mess with you. But, you know, this knife caused me a hell of a headache, and it turned out perfect. The centering, I could not figure out why I couldn't get it centered, but I finally did. Now, this is Jim's. I'm going to have a bunch more of these blades made. They're not going to be these so much. It's going to be more my new one. SkeltonCliff, like it's made from the same blades, but it's a different style. It's a more organic look. This is a more mechanical, straight machine look. But this one, I love it. Not only is it probably one of the smoothest knives I've ever made, but I mean, the action is perfect. The lockup is perfect. I love the clip, just nice stonewash finish, nice satin flats polished, grind, just nice grind lines, as even as I can get them. Ridiculously sharp. We all know what happens when I try to do cut tests, but why not? I don't have anything to cut, so never mind. If I did, I'd do it though. Oh, there you go. If this doesn't cut, my name isn't Jeff. It doesn't cut. My name must be something else. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, it's really sharp. So yep, Jim had wanted this one really badly, and I had it sitting there, and you know, I appreciated everything he's done for me, and I just, you know, I figured I'd let him take this one from me. So detent's great. The action is amazing. Super comfortable, and the back spacer is actually Chad Nichols Mocha Tie. It's like zirconium and mochatai mixed together. The pictures on my Instagram, you can see it a lot better. A lot of nice colors. I'm sure Jim will be putting a lot of really nice pictures up and videos up, hopefully. I'm looking forward to that. But I actually had to construct washers for this underneath the bearings myself. So they're machined by hand out of AEB-L, which is better than the titanium. The counterbores were done a little bit wrong, and the only way to fix them after the contouring was to basically build washers for it. So don't ask me how, but it was a pain in the ass. It was about 1/8 inch AEB. But this thing is so smooth, it's insane. I love it. I wish I was keeping it, but Jim, you definitely deserve it. You really do. Good guy, good friend, and I thank you, dude. And especially for being cool about me asking that. Even though I was kidding with you. It says a lot about your character. So yeah, enough of jumping around on Jim's balls. Yeah, I'm sorry guys, going to rant about that, but it's just, you know, there's been a lot of negativity surrounding me lately. People have been approaching me in different ways, and I've not been happy about it, but Jim has always been really cool. That being said, there's a lot of really awesome stuff in the works, guys. There is a production model of one of my knives coming out soon. I still don't think I could talk about it, but it should be out pretty soon, actually, so I will start talking about it, and there will be a contest for a custom version of it, if you follow the rules. We're working with Blade HQ. This is all just maybe, but yeah, I talked to Jacob about it, and he seems pretty happy about it. So, pimp jobs are almost down to nothing. There's a few left, and those people are probably like, well, it must be one of mine. Yes, it is. Sam returned a knife that he stole from me, which is nice. That's step one to getting back on my good side, even though it probably never will. So, yeah, oh yeah, and I got this knife. I will do a separate video probably on my new model. And if you guys see this, you know, give me a name, maybe. I mean, I love this thing. It's really awesome. It's not a Tanic. It doesn't look like a Tanic. It's got the same style that I have, because it's my style, but it's not a Tanic at all. It's got the same pivot, but it's completely different. Handles are made completely by hand. The only thing the same is the lock bar cutout, which is kind of my signature, which I want on all my frame locks. But this one is, I like it a lot. I wanted to go for something more simple, more streamlined, slimmer, just more traditional. There will be drop points as well. You can see just take the tip off there. Got a nice drop point. It's going to be some sheep's foot blades. Not Wharncliffs with these. These are going to be like nice user knives. So no Wharncliffs, just sheep's foot and drop points. Maybe some Bowie style, some poons here and there, but more of a gentleman, hard use gentleman knife. I've been carrying this for since I did it, and I like it a lot. I was kind of like meh, whatever at first, but I'm still kind of, you know, the Tanics are so crazy, and there's so many different variations, but there's so many possibilities with these. Because the curves of the Tanics handles, it does limit me and make things a little bit more difficult when I'm trying to do certain things. So like a fuller line down the center of this one would just be, it would look like crap. That's why I haven't done it, because it's hard to get a nice line going straight down, but you know, it kind of goes against the whole curve of the knife. Whereas this one will have a nice, you know, so we look better with bolsters, look better with some more simpler traditional styles to it. So it'll be pretty cool. They're all going to be like this. The two screws tapped into the show side. Not having this overlay here. I have a titanium overlay on some titanium. I'm actually going to change this whole scale out with zirconium, and send the other scale as a template for the water jet. Now I'm not sure how many I'm going to make at this point. I know I want to make some for Blade HQ. They'll probably take a couple instead of the Tanics. I do owe them about 20 still, guys, and they're in the works right now. That's something I do on the side. That's why stuff takes longer, because I'm splitting my time between, you know, the Tanics I'm working on the list and the Tanics I'm working on for Blade HQ. I'm obligated to do it for Blade HQ, and I'm more than happy to, because they're awesome people. So yeah, guys, these I'm probably gonna make around 20. Don't ask me for it. There's gonna be certain people that will be able to get them first and foremost, and after that, I'm not sure how exactly. Maybe I'll do a lottery to get on the list or something like that, because I don't want to make a lot. unless I love them. I'll make the first ones, but I think with the Tanics have to be retired at some point because there's a lot of them coming, and you know, I don't want to make Tanics my whole life, but I do love them, so there will be definitely always Tanics in the works at some point. But as far as getting on my books for the Tanics, I haven't had my books over for a while, and you know, I will work with you if you really want one, but you got to be cool about it, and you know, I'm really excited to do them. And thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. I have the rock pattern video done. I was a little bit moody when I made it, so I may redo it. But that's coming, the rock pattern, the crater pattern, and yeah, that's about it, guys. So stay tuned to see this on Jim's channel. I'm sure he'll do an awesome review, or he better. I'll kill him. And have a great night, guys. Thanks for watching. Peace.